You know that we knock 'em down.
CDT, CDT, CDT.
Yeah, we know we knock 'em down. You know we knock 'em down. Knock 'em down. Knock 'em down.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk, and I'm back today with another video. In this video, I will be giving you the recap, my thoughts on tonight's HBO doubleheader, headlined by Terence "Bud" Crawford defending his WBO and WBC junior welterweight titles against Felix Diaz, a 2008 Olympic gold medalist. Going into this fight, I thought it would be a good fight, a good tough challenge for Crawford. I thought that early on Diaz would make the fight tough, pressure crowd Bud, and thought that Bud would adjust around rounds three or four and take over and win a unanimous decision. Well, Bud came out in a southpaw stance. We all know that he's terrific fighting out of this stance, but he's naturally an orthodox fighter, but he can fight out of both stances, which is a plus for him, being, more versatile and can give his opponents different looks. Diaz is a natural southpaw, so he came out, of course, in the southpaw stance, but he was at a huge height and reach disadvantage. Crawford, I think, is 5'8", and Diaz is 5'5", 5'6", and Crawford just outboxed him. He started out, like I said, in the southpaw stance, popping the jab, throwing the straight left. He loves to throw the right hook. He threw the uppercut in there when they was on the inside. He really rough and rugged. He's a competitive guy. When he's in there, when you get him with a good shot, he wants to respond, not with just one good shot, but 2, 3, 4 good shots. He's rough on the inside. He will unleash those uppercuts and body shots. And he was just landing a lot of leather on Diaz in this fight. Diaz, to his credit, didn't stop trying, didn't stop coming forward, and he had some success. He landed some overhand lefts that really got the attention of Crawford, but Crawford responded back with combinations and big power shots of his own, and he really pretty much beat Felix Diaz into submission, even though Diaz didn't quit. His trainer, Joel Diaz, one of the best trainers in the game, threw in the towel after the 10th round. I mean, it was a point in the 10th round where Crawford was just petting Diaz on the head, which you can kind of say was unsportsmanlike and wasn't called for. But, he was playing a little villain role. He was taunting his opponent, letting him know that, man, you're the little brother, and I'm the big dog, and this is my division. And it was just a brilliant performance. He continues to get better and better each fight. And I look forward to him finally getting those big fights. He's looking at a potential unification bout for all the belts against Adongu, I think that's his name, who won the IBF and the WBA junior welterweight titles when he defeated Ricky Burns. He had already had the IBF, I believe. He won the WBA from Ricky Burns, so that's a fight that could happen. He called out Pacquiao. He also called out Keith Thurman, who happens to be the WBA and WBC welterweight champion. So, he's definitely has an eye at 147, but he has unfinished business at 140. I see it's 2 fights left. It's either, or he could go to 147 for Pacquiao, unless Pacquiao wants to drop down and face Crawford if Crawford wins the other 2 titles in a unification belt, which he could drop back down and try to win himself. But he called out Keith Thurman, he called out Ndongu, and he called out Pacquiao. So those are all 3 fights that I would love to see happen on Ndongu, because it's a unification bout to unify all the belts. Pacquiao, because that'll be a passing of the torch fight, and it's a fight that Crawford, deserves. And Thurman, a big guy who can punch, who has good power, good skills, would really test Bud. On the undercard, in the co-main event that opened up the bout, you had Ray Beltran taking on I forget the guy's name. But it started off rough for Beltran. He the orthodox fighter, and his opponent was a southpaw. They clashed heads. Matter of fact, both of them, I believe, were no, they both were orthodox fighters. They clashed heads. Both guys got cut. Beltran got the worst of it, Got a cut on his right eye, which could have played a factor later on in the fight if it went that long. But he went down on the head, but the referee called it a knockdown, which it clearly wasn't when you see the replay. But whatever, it was called a knockdown. He wasn't hurt at all, just suffered a cut. And, you know, later on in the second round, man, his opponent was just jab right hand, hitting him with right hands, and it was seeming to bother Beltran. But later, a few seconds later, Beltran unloaded his best punch, the left hook, and landed it and knocked his opponent out cold. Knocked him out so bad, had his legs twitching. Glad he's okay. They heard he rushed him. They rushed him to the emergency room just for precaution. I think he has a concussion, but Beltran was fighting for more than just the title shot. He was fighting for his right to stay in the United States. They're saying his lawyer applied for a special waiver or whatever it is. You know, if you excel, you know, in acting or sports-wise, you get to stay. So hopefully he gets to stay and not be separated from his wife and his kids. He has a big victory. Landed his, you know, terrific left hook, knocked the guy out cold in the second round. Definitely a KO of the year candidate, if not the leading, you know, favorite right now. But tonight was a good night of boxing. Had the Showtime card, had a FS1 sports card. I'm gonna have to check that out later on tonight or tomorrow. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Leave those comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought about tonight's HBO card and who would you like to see Terence Crawford face next. Follow us on Twitter at Colossal CBT. Head over to Facebook. Hit that like button on the Colossal Boxing Talk Facebook page. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.